Hey guys, good evening. It's a pretty beautiful sunset here. Just want to share that with you. Anyway, so tonight, me and the old sheepdog here are going to talk about milk and kind of our story and journey with raw milk versus pasteurized milk, and just kind of talk about what we've learned and kind of maybe make us all think. It's not certainly to change anybody's mind, just to make us all think. And anyway, if you have any questions about it, you can post them or private message below. Anyway, so we started out with raw goat's milk with the idea that goat's milk was easier to digest for us, and it was. We had a fun time, except that the goats destroyed our fruit trees, so we wanted fruit trees really bad, so we switched to a cow. So the quantity went up, and we got us a lovely Jersey cow named Josie, and she's pretty much like our fifth kid. She's awesome. Anyway, upon getting the dairy cow, we started researching more about. We noticed our son Cortland, our youngest son, had a really hard time digesting anytime we would consume any pasteurized dairy, cheese, yogurt, butter, not so much butter, but or just regular milk, whole milk, skim milk, didn't matter. So, and we had never pasteurized our dairy milk before this. We drank it, we didn't homogenize it, which really just condenses the fat through a really small screen and really just adds to the rancidity process. It's mostly just a process for the commercialization and easier processing of the milk. Stays better on the shelf, I suppose. Anyway, I remember as a kid in grade school, my gut would hurt so bad after I drank chocolate milk. And looking back on that experience, I learned that it could have been two different things possibly. Once we got the dairy cow, we learned that dairy cows can have two different casein proteins, which is a protein our body absorbs extremely slow. Whey protein absorbs a lot faster. Casein protein absorbs further down our digestive tract. It's a lot slower protein to digest. And the A1 protein is a genetic mutation that happened a couple thousand years ago in dairy cattle that for humans is pretty tough to digest. It can cause a lot of digestion issues in people that would consider themselves lactose intolerant. The lactose intolerance may be not actually from the A1 protein. It could actually be from the pasteurization process itself and a lack of enzymes. Well, we went ahead and genetically tested our two dairy cows, one of which was A1A2, so she has both casein proteins, and the other one is A2A2, which is really good. A2 protein in milk is like human breast milk. We're good to go with it. We don't have any problem. However, A1 is not good for us as humans. So we continued down that path, and upon further investigation in the pasteurization process, the CDC actually admits 17,000 cases of injury with pasteurized milk compared to 1,100 cases since 1973. These statistics are on the CDC website. You can check them out. Compared to 1,100 incidents with raw milk. Now, all raw milk is not created equal. Everything between I've learned so much about what that cow eats that determines everything of what is in that milk. So, she has a little bit of grain and the pH of the rumen changes. Sure, the quantity goes up, but the gamma butyric acid and conjugated linolenic acid content goes way down, which are two extremely beneficial. For those of you that have ever been and walked into one of those GNC stores for all that crap that they sell in there, and you're looking at all the supplements, CLA, conjugated linolenic acid, is one of the ones you take. It's extremely beneficial for those who are looking to lose some weight. It is a cancer. They have linked it to help fighting cancer, mainly in that it helps cell apoptosis or cell autophagy. When our body is cleaning out bad cells, it's one of the things that helps that process begin. Gamma butyric acid is just a really beneficial part of our immune system, helps us create more T and B cells. Anyway, the pasteurization process, it could have been that I had a problem with as a child, and it could be that with Court too. Milk has all the natural enzymes in it already for it to digest itself. When you pasteurize, and I guess let me back up on the whole story behind pasteurization, which I learned, which is a really cool story. You should check it out yourself. There were these two French scientists from the 1800s. One's name was Beauchamp, the other one was Pasteur, Louis Pasteur. And Beauchamp, his whole life was made up that, hey, it's not the bacteria, it's the terrain on which they exist. And Pasteur was like, nope, it's bacteria, they all gotta die, let's kill them all. And looking at I learned this cool statistic. In 1996, the population density for antibiotic prescriptions, we were at 882 prescriptions per 1,000 people a long time ago in 1996. And looking back on that, we are experiencing, as a human species, a population on this planet, not just in America, globally, we're experiencing the hockey stick run up. Women are getting dementia, men are getting neurological, we have huge run up in diabetes, and it's not just antibiotics, for the record. But it definitely begs the question of why is this happening all at the same time? And we can't cue it up to genetics, or it would have happened a long time ago. There's a change in the environment. We changed something. Well, the pasteurization process is only a few hundred years old. Since the early 1900s, we had just learned that we should probably sterilize those surgical tools between amputations. We had just gone through a plague. We learned that we should definitely wash our hands in running water and not in still water. I mean, just basic things like this that today we look back and oh my gosh. And before that, they were drilling holes in people's heads to let bad spirits out, Anyway, so the pasteurization process completely decimates all the natural enzymes in that milk to help us digest it easier. I am a firm believer in the terrain theory. Yes, I believe a clean environment, that's why I rotate my cows to fresh grass every day so that it helps the fly population go way down, it helps the parasite load go way down. They're always on fresh ground every 12 hours. I'd like to be able to manage my fresh water better, but it's a journey, right? Anyway, that's kind of where we're at with the whole milk thing, and it's been a really cool journey for us. If you would like to weigh the argument more, you can check out some sources and weigh their testimony. It's certainly not to get you to change your mind, just to make us all think, oh, I wonder if. That's what I ask myself every day. I wonder if. Who knows? So there's a guy named Mark McAfee. He's in California. There's a lady named Sally Fallon. She's an awesome wealth of information and resource. She's with the Weston A. Price. You can find both of them on YouTube. Obviously, Dr. Josh Axe, Dr. Eric Berg, Dr. Mercola, Dr. Zach Bush. Those people will blow your mind, not just about raw milk in particular, but just about all the things that we do with food and nutrition that they've made me think and made me change a lot of things about what I do and what I put in my body and what I choose to put in front of my children and my family. And really, that's the reason why we have started growing a lot of our own food. And it's really challenging, frustrating, and fun all at the same time. Anyway, any questions, feel free to post them below. Obviously don't be a jerk if you feel one way or the other. I still love you, even if you don't feel the same way I do. That's okay. Anyway, I hope you all are doing well. This is just for you, my friends. Not really something shareable, just for people I know. If you got a cool story, hit me up. I want to hear about it. Anyway, love you all. I'm gonna put some chickens in. We'll catch you guys later. See ya.